Hi, Bizzy here. Be love, be light, believe. Thank you for joining me here today on the Bizzy Show. This is my episode number 22. It's so exciting that I've been making these videos. It's something that I have been doing as a hobby to help me and hopefully help others out there find peace and calm in their day if they can't get out themselves into nature. Today has been a wonderfully sunny, warm day. I decided to go for a walk a little bit different way. I walked somewhere new to me, and I always find that changing up a pattern a little bit helps. Speaking of patterns, this is my episode number 22. Anyone else out there on a spiritual journey knows that there's a special significance to numbers and repeating number patterns. If you find yourself seeing number patterns, do some research. I also find it helpful to make sure that whatever it is that you're researching, make sure that it resonates with you before you take in and identify with whatever information is that you find out there. All the number patterns are going to be different for everyone, and they're going to have different significance for everyone. I find it incredibly helpful to pay attention to where was my mind right before I saw a specific number. What was I thinking about? What other occurrences are going on pretty much within that vicinity of time frame with whenever you see a number pattern that is on repeat. I started seeing number patterns, probably back in 2009, I can say, would be close enough. I was working on my master's degree and just serving tables, waiting tables for a job, and I started noticing specific items added up on a receipt. Sometimes there would be a triple number, like a 333 or a 666. That one showed up a lot. Most people think that the 666 is a bad thing, and that's been ill-perceived for a very long time, when 6 is in fact a really important number when it comes to families and homes. Then a couple years after that, I started noticing more 3s and 2s especially, which is why the number 22 is important. I currently see the number 722, and that one keeps coming in on repeat. I will sometimes go for a drive and see it 3 and 4 times within a matter of, I don't know, half hour maybe. Sometimes it's shorter than that. Sometimes I see numbers, the same number, within a 5-minute period. Then I get really excited because normally when I see repeating numbers, it's a good thing. It always resets me. It gets me put back on my path, and it's confirmation from the universe, confirmation from God that, hey, you're okay. Everything is as it should be in the moment that you're in. Take a deep breath. You will be fine. When I first started seeing the numbers, there wasn't hardly any information on the internet about what it meant. And because I was seeing so many 3s, I looked up the Trinity. And the irony of that is that I have a Trinity knot tattoo on my back that I got way before I even started noticing numbers. And the number 3 is incredibly important to me: mind, body, soul, God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. There's so many powerful triangles of 3s in history and just in general. When there's 2 points, it's only a line, but you put that third point in there and you can create a shape. Anyway, I saw a lot of ones today. Personally, I saw several sets of ones. I think one of them was even 4 ones in a row. It's a reset. Ones are beginnings, 9s are endings. There's also other number combinations that each person might see. Then as you're going along in your journey, you're going to have to figure out, well, what were you thinking right before you saw this number? Does it mean anything to you? And you will start to find that certain ones you will see more and more in your journey. And it's okay if you get excited. It's kind of like getting excited, like going to the beach or going to an amusement park. There's a bug. And the numbers do mean something. We just look at our society and look at how much of our stuff is on digital. And all that programming in our computers and our smartphones and our internet and all the mechanical systems, anything really, it's all broken down into number patterns, 1s and 0s. So if we as human beings have created our reality, we've co-created this reality, and we really rely on numbers, it is fascinating to experience what I'm trying to explain. And unless you've actually experienced this, you probably think I'm insane. There, I made a rhyme. Just in time. However, if you're like me and you've started to see things that are a little out of the norm, and you're questioning your reality and you're questioning the narrative that's being told to you, you will begin to rely on your number patterns and take heed and pay attention, because God and the universe can communicate to you in all sorts of ways, and the numbers are one of the easiest ways for there to be a message for you. So pay attention. Anyway, now that we're done on the numbers, this beautiful river I've got behind me. I'm personally in the shade at the moment, but the sun is out today. My feet are in the sand. I feel good. I feel grounded. The mere sound of this water and the river in the background is incredibly soothing to my ears. Let me pause for a moment to let you listen. There's even some birds in the distance. I can never get over how excited I get when I go to a place I've not really been before. Now I go to certain places a lot, and then I will change up my path and explore different trails, and every time I find something new, I get super excited. I've never seen this view before that is behind me, and the longer I sat, I did sit by this tree in the background here. Here, we'll point at it. That tree, I sat there, in that little spot back there, for a little while with that tree. It was a good time. It was quiet. Helped clear my mind. I have been processing all kinds of stuff, all kinds of downloads. Some of the energies that are being brought upon a lot of us light workers and chosen ones have been incredibly heavy. We're purging lots of stuff, especially feminines, because it's just that time. It's that time where we're at in this movement to recognize that the old is falling away and it's time for the new to be building foundations and starting more progressive ways in doing things, in how we approach one another. Kindness and compassion can go a long way. And as much as the narrative being spun to us wants to preach about people being aggressive and all of these horrible things happening, I will tell you that in my experience, every time I run into a person on a trail, or I'm even shopping at the grocery store, or I'm running an errand to this place or that place, and I'm out in public, everywhere I have been recently, everyone has been kind to me. There's please, there's thank you, there's opening of doors. I'm opening the door. Just humanity is progressing in a positive way if you will actually pay attention. We are progressing. Look at that. I did forget my bug spray today. However, they haven't usually been bothering me this summer, I've noticed. For some reason, as I've been progressing on my journey, there are certain bugs that are attracted to me. Yesterday I picked up a cricket. I saw it on the ground. I said, "Hey cricket, what are you doing?" And I waited like a little bit and he crawled onto my hand. And that sort of thing is fascinating. Yet at the same time, I don't have, like, other than just right now what you saw, that was a gnat trying to get in my eye. I'm all shiny. They think I'm a light, these bugs. One of those zappers that people have hanging outside their house. Except I'm not zapping the bugs back. I just slightly get it off of there. And most of the bugs I pick up and I talk to them. It's just part of who I am. Part of the way that I can connect with higher source and God. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. We're all going to have, as spiritual beings living human experiences, we all have our own ways to connect to the universe and to get in tune with source energy, to help us with our downloads and to help us process information. Now back before with what I was saying, prior to that bug interrupting me, the bugs and insects must have wanted a little shout out here today on the video. Thank you, bugs. Thank you, insects. It's all part of the circle of life. So, humanity, in and of itself, the more of us raising our vibration, the more people become kind and compassionate. All these terrible, horrible disasters going on around the world, all these awful ways in which a small amount of people are trying to control the masses, it's not going to work. In the end, it's not going to work. The more you think for yourself, the more you make your own judgments, the more you go with the flow and you do and say what resonates for you, the more free you feel, the higher your vibration is, the more people catch on to your vibration, and it just spreads. It spreads like freaking lightning. And I do see a better future for us as all this crap falls away. I've been aware of some of these atrocities on human existence for a while now, and I'm done hiding in my little cave because it's time for me to come out and talk and speak and be loud. God chose me to be a chosen one. He's given me a mission, and part of it is to speak. Speak my peace, speak my words. We have freedom of speech. And yet, how many ways does that get infringed upon? I highly implore you to speak with people closer to your surroundings and smile more and just say hi, how are you today? And what's going on right now is not forever. It's a little blip in the human evolution timeline. If you believe in left to right time, that's not true either, because time is an illusion and you can only be in your now moment. And as I evolve, I've even changed. I keep changing. I'm like so much further different from the person I was yesterday. It's ridiculous. Each day I focus on raising my vibration. Each day I focus on paying attention to anything that God or the universe presents me with. Signs, synchronicities, number patterns, animals and insects, even trees speak to me. And spending a little time touching them, and then say, thank you, tree. Look up. The wonderful branches on the tree. Just breathe a little while you sit with your tree. You will be amazed at how much better you feel. Mother Nature is more powerful than any man-made anything. I think that's what is so funny about this whole thing is that man, or a select group of people, think that we can contain nature. You can't contain nature. You can't prevent the stuff from happening. You can't. We are not bigger than nature. And God will bring down those areas and affect those areas of people where there are too many of them, because it's literally an infestation on the planet, especially in places where people are not appreciating their nature. It's unfortunate. It really is. What's happening to so many on this planet right now. However, as a spiritual person, and if you're like me, when you sit and you're in your being, in your moments of quiet, and you connect to source energy or God or the universe or whatever you want to call it, you no longer feel alone. You feel complete. You feel completely connected. And there's such a sense of relief. Nothing else brings me that kind of relief. Honestly. I've been walking and hiking trails for years, and the trees, man. I must be a tree fairy or a tree nymph or a tree something. I haven't quite figured out, labels on whatever it is that the spiritual journey is taking me on. I'm also one of those people who doesn't like labels. I also don't like to be attached to outcomes. So I literally live my life going with the flow. Literally. Like the river. And as I'm going in my flow, God gives me answers and guidance. And I'm grateful for all of the guidance. I am grateful for this entire experience. And I know I have like years and years and years of experience to go. So, on that note, hope you have a great rest of your day. Go do something out of the ordinary. Go feed your joys, feed your soul. You'll feel better. Turn off the noise. Pay attention to those number patterns. What do you see? Do you have an affinity for any specific number? Ask yourself why. Raise your vibration every day, and life will be not what anyone else perceives it to be, other than how you perceive it to be. It's your choice whether you want to blindly follow the narrative, or do you want to be yourself, be who God gave you this life for, because you are a gift. We are all gifts, and we all have gifts. And when you do and follow your life path according to God and the universe and source energy, your life will flow like this river, and it will go on and on, but it will never stop. It will always be there. Thank you for joining me here today on The Bizzy Show. Be love, be light, believe.